Facebook Prince Young share from Accra Osu Akwaje Park no on the ojiri say Kumase Asante Kotoko was the GFP president no also yes serious kakra san say wo hwe say de nyema AC ekwa ene ukodwamu a ya biatum be bia hospital be bia obi ekọ aden na bola emebo o ma ye chinchine ye yire chinchine ya say ye nyesei nya de ai se patent no empanifo mu honye den kakra Prince Abuaje anapei wose ogripa mu bo adwuma ye pa Kotoko na best team ewaga Famia Ishmael wose lawyer more fire the message no ibobo aten enebehi no wose Kotoko ebe she house of folk fabulous still the greatest the message out there no ibo wonso adaroma wa chana ma odi enye baako Meslan Wadudu no wose no so hwe from UK nti Wadudu yada asisa no pe wose hwe Kwame Young no wose menei okay ba na ne de no so yaba abeye ho adwuma seated eye bafo ena ne nyina mu no ne nua Zakito omo atrasia omo so ewo hanemu ayeba na yabehwe ensem no mu Kwame Adoma ko Ashtown message no aba akosi ewu taxi driver abrepo ehonmu ano odi no ewo ha Crespo ewo fufuo na yena wase no pe won so de no wa ha so Esperance no maka no jum homena no na Kotoko basa obi nko akra betumato no omo so ye hu de sa anti ne de no Bismarck Owusu ono so China no pe yeda se ya usabe amakuma yimfie ya o message na ba wona bu abedi odi no wa Habaroski asisiru Habaroski wo ka mo de be 3-4 ba no wadaruma next time mane nye baako mum yanku anim na yamra meto aso Zak bokode
Tino na bisa ohwe
nyame adom babo
over
bokode
nyame de nso ache me de anopan de na minyanya abie
yeah so time we time no nti package no ho ya package yesu ho you na say nya isa dia
emo hwanya kakra na say ne dam
actually get to nti bema fufu me enchi ya geke se maida na se pa bema fufu
why dia nipa dia odwire wo yem kom dia na say nipa pa say
serious
na say okay now of only me say we dey ya hwe Kotoko bus no was the place no mu kama
mo be kono
amanfo nya a feel of the bus and no mo de konkan no na so mo tibi nkunim die ba wo na amana ye de mo de bus na no an
we supporters no ko sa na nko gina ho ko hwe de na ekoso
ewo menhia ho no we say
mo be ho no
kakra ko ho ba wan sheda publicize no bibiri sa so se bus ndi opese wo hu nie pa na homecoming no ebe ye omakobo bechem na wie na next match no so na abehia supporters no enti before said the next Kotoko home match
no which is against bechem
david
bechem after ya ko win ba
so
new team
so what I say
team ya wo goal for ya fan say
baby no go start so
that would be a good match so
okay
so enti now mo de akwa India na say we supporter at least we so kwa no kwanya feel of it me so o mema kwa person we gina picture kra
wadan say David Ban no be senko mo njiska aka no so we dia Kotoko japade enti mo
njiska we gina ho na so da chi na akwa abon mu so dia akwhye wabon mu say K5 so me gita 10 cedis
o ta picture wa bas no
na me so no na ko gina ho
na no bi gina ho twei
now offer and a special day in the life of yenuanum bia ye no motifi ha no de odi kan no eye boada enye be ma boada o we ye Owusu boada ona accountant di wo say wo so account no mu su sa no a na je say boada na abo adwuma no
boada so de me din say
na bona again boada picture no wo de to so anu befu na say e ne besie
what that have dey no
na make ya say me no na call
ya oyen heavy pa
oyen heavy
say last year
o ma deep papa
na me way
na say dey on tant na we
uro mi say
o ma deep pa
enti say no be no we so
na say so improve npo
no go for twa say people bas no
born again e ba cho bas ye say be ba say dey discuss it e be say ya man for we accountant
this year Tino ese bo adama ne ko nanim se last year dia no
I know yeah difference bebem Zach yeah kitu be ba ye be da ya ji picture no na oh na aba no anti when I reach no
anti no na hona to santa mo to champo ye pa so we ye o mo de time e ba vice mo na ma we ye bo ada o ye pa accountant no anti wo firi so na won say adwuma no wura mu a ye with the face of adwuma bia with the face de wo hia no na fa say wetima wura mu eye ye nua ba eye Jennifer Kwedu ye friend ya Kwedu
okay
ya Kwedu so say sana akanfo no
very beautiful
ya Kwedu so no ya Kwedu so na ono so wabeda so no ya Kwedu so and ya Kwedu so birthday
very beautiful
ya Kwedu intimi ya Kwedu fe da ho na wo fa ne ntuso na de mi mato so intimi wo ya sa no anya dan ya Kwedu na birthday mi ade mi tuso na be nya
ya mrai ena kakra
Tino
aka bendalu wanya o se bendalu do
edika ye
ene ese duane sufia ba bendalu na ahye ne ho bone sales manager of Oyepa FM no Oyepa TV bendalu o to duane ho ntobi no obi adibi birthday dura wo hu ba bia bendalu befa ahomachin ye bo be 5:30 wa send message send a gift nams na wona say when they did the birthday okubusa gift wo wo mom na wo ye na nyina abane ya ba bo na bibia akoso kama
Clementino kakra mu ye no say the Messi trend wo status wo ne
bendalo onye action and also a special day to a good friend of mine and oyinipa ba kwa memfane ni agro bonege wo ye imdia na odo no so de kakra to ha ma mesrewa minu akofitewia oka presidential security kofitewia mampanyin na ado dan kwa kufuado ni secret no oka ho bi ono so na ye na woda nti kofitewia me fafidie so na ma we show happy birthday bonagi one fan to so a ye beti ambachimi akọ oni kofitewia na da so ba fo nti ono so yes kofitewia na da so no nti tewia happy birthday nyame nhyira na oma on kwatenten na oma bibia so nkoso nti from Boada accountant Jennifer receptionist Bendalo sales manager to Kofitewia member of the presidential security munyina na yeshima happy birthday ene obi a wodi ni birthday ne bia no se won fa wodi e mai a wodi edi kan ka cho happy birthday yankopon nhyira na oma wo enkwatenten
Zach Tino you see one moment if you are a Chelsea supporter you would be worried or after that release na the Chelsea owner Roman Abramovich officially Edba Bontin said now he's willing to sell the football club. Say Tino, why you should be worried? Sir, what's the amount of money he himself personally has loaned to the club? 1.5 billion. Personal money he has loaned to the club. Chelsea, acquiring him, a Piscacoto player. Why Chelsea a club that for the past years they be a familiar on Boca. So though he came and revamped the club, they were winning trophies, but financially they are not strong like Manchester United. Financially, strong like those elite clubs in Europe now. To generate this car and use that scale money and number of abo club and buy no. So that is where I don't know. It wasn't me Ghana. I don't know. But here football clubs financially we will boost
when it comes to revenue generation Chelsea is one of them. Two guys yeah.
No, you see, go back and check the number of years or more. Afibia or more almost sitting. But I'm saying now, is it last year or so for the first time or say profit? It has always been a loss. You understand? And based on even Abramovich statement, it tells you where they get their money from doing their business.
Oh, so obey investment in the club.
Yes.
Oye investment in the club. No, that was a period. Now ownership investment. Also most of the club na ownership investment. And when the Liverpool moon some clubs become more administration. You go na invest na returns na eba na equal to the investment na. The do stage be But when the financial fair play was passed, since then Me not sure say you can even mention 5 clubs in Europe. Financially, they are sound like Chelsea.
You see, Jibo, so okay into details are most of the big players that they bought in from loan from the man.
Loan.
Yes, most of the big guys they bought in loan from the man. If you want, whilst I'm talking, you can go back and check their financial standings in the past years. Loss. Recently, you know, making profit back be. So, and you're like, you see, and then Liverpool, the problem Liverpool is facing, you say, oh yes or no, and you say Roman Abramovich. That's when they need a player, and the Chelsea, Liverpool every player they have to generate from their own destiny and go and buy the player.
That's what be a call.
Yes, but Chelsea in Tessa, Chelsea, you know, say you told you, they have a man who can give them money. You are aware, and PSG for how they are dodging the financial fair play. You know that you're strong. And you think I can that's a and you're strong. PSG and they find a way of dodging it and paying for this room. And the players. And you know, yes, you can financial fair play there and then, but and yet that strong, sir, because so many owners have found a way of maneuvering their way and pumping in their personal money. And that's in a better than Papa Aloni Club 1.5 billion. And because of all these things, and Okomwa say, do a beina Skawia dia. Their last resort, and I said, Nipa a corner of Papano. So why Chelsea supporters are worried? And they say, now today, if you get an owner, who is not ready to give you such money, for example, because she are Liverpool owners, Chelsea are used to, and where the NBA are planning is Kababa, and where the NBA he has his own way of supporting the club. But if you are not like he and today, Chelsea gets an owner like Liverpool for Ibia, they will tell you that generate money and say, "Okay, I'm going to say, generate your own money and go and use it and buy a player that you want." Oh, say in India, in Liverpool, what's the name? Van Dijk and Alisson. You know how they generated the money.
How did you generate it?
Liverpool and Tombia.
No, one player, Liverpool Tono, because they wanted to buy.
There's no
player.
Liverpool was
Liverpool at Ton yet because they want to buy. One player, give me one.
Oh, Bafo.
No, one player. Liverpool player we no.
Club no request is opposite to play and can say so Tom Biansana.
Now let me give you one. Before Liverpool were able to finance Dijk and
Becker,
Alisson Becker. Coutinho and generate money.
Who told you that?
Therefore,
Coutinho because they wanted to buy player. Why they can't ask them? Why they can't ask them? Where? When I say Coutinho because they wanted to buy a player. Liverpool and that. Liverpool runs a model. That model they have it. How they want to buy player. And okay, they say I'm out to lose Diaz. I'm out to lose Diaz. I'm out to Dota.
Coutinho did not.
Coutinho wanted to go.
I never saw coach in the car.
Coutinho wanted to go. Coutinho. Klopp the obey we see beer to convince me one stay. What's one stay obeko. Mami player before Alisson Van Dijk. Never put off Fabinho.
The issue is that Coutinho wanted to go. But fact is that Liverpool couldn't afford. Size can I'm spending on. Don't you say you are a Liverpool fan? I just say no. I just say, but nobody should think fast. Fact is that without that money.
Fabinho. None of these players now. Liverpool told one player and no more.
Fact is that Coutinho money, without that money, that buys and come. No,
Coutinho can grab Barcelona and training now to go. And you don't know that. Second government training now to go. So how would they do that?
The chunk of it was paid. And I'm sure say, without that money, those players can come back. There was an interview. Without that money, those players can come back.
What makes it wrong?
No, I said me first say.
Congo baba for sin see Liverpool.
Then there's no one single player. Just Liverpool players
run a company. Now we turn what there to generate money to support the company. Me na Liverpool ya no dey example. Tina na because of time be me come bebre. You ref say when Chelsea last season. Omo talk Kai Havertz, Timo Werner, those players. And the money they generated from the sale of Eden Hazard. So what did I say? It's another way of generating money to spend. No, yes, I know money. They said this year. They said last year when they finished the Champions League. Secure by Chelsea club and plus other avenues. Somebody years Kenya was around 445 million pounds. And your pandemic now, compare reach the 500 million mark. It's because of competitions. They had money to spend. It's eventually Champions League in particular. The Omunya free Champions League name, broadcast TV right, those things. And almost spend it on Lukaku. So what did the mention? Then I'm a president Zaki to say, Sabovic asked Menisika or Chelsea, and when he took over the club, at that time owners were allowed to spend. But since our football moved to the money you generate. And I was spending on clubs are running in here power Europe. One of them is Chelsea, because within that period, Chelsea are successful when it comes to European competition.
Other teams, no. You have.
I don't remember an example. No, Sika Omunya from competitions or mobile, because Chelsea within that period they introduced the financial fair play. I am one of the best clubs in the English Premier League. It looks like every single season they compete for the top 4. And the Premier League, the most expensive league in the world. Club will be about Premier League in be a TV right and Clementino Nyasam Ketwa. So what did the mention as you? It's the name of person Jack can say Abramovich spent 1.5 million pounds in Chelsea. And when majority of them when he took over the club at that time, no, the financing was coming from his pocket. There were no measures. I had measure owners of the club say, "Mamon confirm musika me pumping into the club." But in the last 5 years, clubs are financially more strong, or more money to spend, or more generate a lot. Chelsea is a top 5.
Just June year ending June 30, 2021. Chelsea announced a loss.
At how much?
They announced post-tax loss of 145.6 million. 145.6 million.
And generate
no way year and after almost bank statement new. They announced a loss.
Chelsea announced a loss.
Yes. Meanwhile, before that, before 2021, in 2020, they had a profit. You understand? In 2020, the profit was only 32.5 million pounds. That is in 2020. But in 2021, it was a loss. The fact is that Chelsea now can answer no. Yes, last in 2020 we had a profit, but then in 2021 they had a loss. Meanwhile, the loss I don't see even profit no in 2020 no. And I gave you say if you go back and check, Chelsea consistently were announcing loss. And then a club that gives you a profit every year. So you go back, there is no way, sir, they say 1.5 billion. If you go deep, yes, how many players like Chelsea? Since Abraham by how many years have they make Arabic? How many players like Chelsea are torn in their ranks are Arabic? They never say they go out and buy big and come in. But Chelsea not any selling club.
I don't know who say. Chelsea players are what do concentration go first team. But if there is a club in Europe or selling academy players to make profit, it's Chelsea. Whilst they have an avenue to maintain their key players, which are first team players, no, they also have an avenue to sell players and make profit. So what did they mention as you? They have an avenue, and in Europe, if I'm right about when you say in the last 10 years, obi are selling academy players and your profit than Chelsea. So what time me feel say we need to go more deep into it.
Zach, the okay no but COVID say COVID sound.
The fact is that
see bet me
can't 2021. That's why me go beyond there. If you go back, they will make you loss. Because in 2020
remember who the okay 2021 me so
question. In 2020 they made a profit.
Yeah.
Maka say in 2020 they made a profit. I'm say fast forward 2021 I'm making a loss. But if you go back, you will see loss in the brain. You understand? It's baby I just say how the man when of us here team and never now we are Chelsea supporter there will be a little bit fear today financial fair play what PSG for next spend nobody can convince us here say they are going within what the money they generate. How much is PSG generating? But look at how they are spending. You understand? It's financial fair play rule. Clubs have found a way of maneuvering their way.
Okay.
Especially owners now are rich to pay. Deal. So they'll go into Mama Kwaya Kululu. Deal.
A city grand and someone can be found.
I said I'm the city. In that regard. They will announce a deal. Then the owner, you see the owner or direct link with that company. All those clubs. Then Thomas can air pumping in the club. I ain't from the money that generating.
Okay.
And yes, the man has made Chelsea big. I'm sure say and Stevenson is supported through this man. Baba Chelsea is supported through this man. So I know we love for this club. But politically, baby, Ukraine need Russians and some economy. Why not fast? Because you see, Labour MP, Chris Brandt is leading a campaign. So I'm going fast because they think that the man is financially so many things allow it Putin. So me fast. Season in money na.
Any chess in Kwano so Jemu.
No, now he's selling all his property. All his property in UK, he's selling it because say parliamentary ya na omu yes odutumwa. They will seize oils.
I bet my toy and sana sabi.
Asana so.
Party.
Now I think a Swiss billionaire Hans Gogwix, any US investor, co-owner of Los Angeles Dodgers baseball club, thought Bohi to so far omuli say they can be able to buy the club at a cost of £3 billion and I said $4 billion. These are the amount so far.
But Zach, Jibo,
Tino.
I am going to cry. I'm the chess na city, and I'll be for.
To be answered then sigidi.
Hey, chess for home down now.
The Saturday, they said any time, and we call into the war between Russia and Ukraine, how it's affecting football economy, and reason why the owner of Chelsea, Roman Abramovich, ever saw a Chelsea team no before releasing a statement said on hand over stewardship to the oldies and the I can't say trustee, almost trustee, you know, trustees. Yes, or hand over to the trustees and the oldies of the Chelsea Football Club. Until on Saturday, they could deep into it and why Abramovich wants to sell Chelsea.
Okay. But
as I was telling Zaki to say, since 2014, Chelsea here one of the best run clubs in Europe. Acquire clubs in Libya and you won't have a team no. Because of how club now competitive and this club Premier League no many opportunity to compete in Europe and to make a lot of money no. Into the thing na any opportunity na ya chechim. Tino Kylian Mbappe asem no na ya asem. Mbappe contract ebewu at the end of this season. Now PSG as a football club try as much as possible say Kylian Mbappe beto na ball boss with PSG. Mbappe as a footballer ever so call Real Madrid the White House of world football. Clementino po your man penny bia die son say one day he will have an opportunity to enter the White House. The president of United States of America is the most powerful president in the world. What about your football man? Real Madrid is the biggest football club in the world. is the most successful football club in the world. Player beer or personal ambition. Ebe person obebo Real Madrid. Dodo na. It make Real Madrid a special club. Into wo player e team. Na so who say player no do stage beer or pay individual glory. Make individual glory. Based on European standard, Ballon d'Or, FIFA World Football of the Year. What is a Real Madrid abape? Now don't say good team. Later, Barcelona joined this queue no. And first, no, you can easily include Milan, Juventus, Inter Milan. But based on how financially the Italian clubs are struggling, maybe the Italian economy is struggling, no. And those players are not choosing these successful clubs in Italy, but rather, whilst Premier League na pejana ekoso no, still Real Madrid ne Barcelona entice top stars a omo ambition say omo person omo win BB in their career aside winning with the team individual achievement. Ofa player na efene say Kylian Mbappe na sa notie. Mbappe feel say he is the next star after Ronaldo and Messi. And no Clementino at his age, at the age of 18, no aje World Cup. Messi ni Ronaldo cry come at that age, omo ntimi anye World Cup. And yet here ka say Messi ni Ronaldo nye World Cup. He put up one of the best performances from a young player at the World Cup. Closer to what Pele gave us in 1958. It is sad, no? France. They win the FIFA World Cup 2018 against Croatia, no? And Mbappe so who say, Mimi Kylian Mbappe, me so met me anyam individual glory. Ewa bra, maybe join a club maybe to me this idea na mama. Tino, this is the offer from PSG. Omo person mo money 2 years. After 2 years, no person join Real Madrid do beti akwa na club you PBA. Loyalty bonus 1 year be 100 million euros. Into 2 years near 200 million euros. Na ketua after tax. Afuni nyina so ne keka na ketua nyina boma. A 50 million euro. Which is going to make him the highest earning player in the game. But obi onim Kylian Mbappe na hyase ene ba bia wodru no. As a footballer, ne da ye so no so obebo Real Madrid. Say nay, over the project are two clubs ne ya. What Madrid is building and what PSG build there. See ka say prem who the history any traditions surrounding winning a top competition like the Champions League between the two clubs, players of my parody and players of Mono. PSG, Quebec so more ben Champions League in the Real Madrid. Champions League ni suka competitions are oba. Now we hear on one. So how world best in European best in GB. It's why we Kylian Mbappe decide say offer a day man in Yinana, he still wants to go to Real Madrid. Clementino. And then I make sure say Real Madrid is a special football club. And it's even possible we might not get another Real Madrid. See, we are still able we as Fufra. So Real Madrid is a football player. May there be American. Call Messi. And now Messi is Real Madrid. The natural talent anya kupon di amano no e da musunko. Say what the mention I say. Sana Real Madrid here. Now because a club a wo Ballon d'Or ntino. Say Kylian Mbappe boy in the French Liga. Winning the Ballon d'Or is very difficult because the last time a player playing in the French League so called Ballon d'Or Jean-Pierre Papin in 1981 with Olympique Marseille. Before Arsenal moved to AC Milan. Since then, Obiamo in the French League, what me winning Ballon d'Or. Upon had a great season, 1994-1995, at PSG. Obiamo share upon that season, film in the Champions League semi-final against AC Milan. So upon season, PSG no. Me striker there. Na me do to say better than upon 95-96 season na obeje world best AC Milan no. Ba mpanyifo se wo tu sie so a unchan tentene ye. Milan ye sie. To upon we ba e ne kura na Milan na kobo Champions League semi-final. Omubodu quarter final na Porto yi omufrim. Then won the Italian Serie A. Or just Suntino, yeah, the world best in the man, and still remains the only African player to win the FIFA World Football of the Year. Kylian Mbappe, who had the mentality, or to say Cristiano Ronaldo. The makers and say, oh yes, our players now, or possess a body team, the team should be built around him. And he needs his own team. And they offer projects in a course of PSG, now for projects in a course of Real Madrid now. Quickly, we'll move to Real Madrid. Madrid will build a project around Kylian Mbappe. Now, say no, Mamma Becca say, Usano, what the Madrid jersey to another Barcelona jersey to her. A crowd wouldn't even know a Madrid jersey. It's aside Madrid back guaranteeing the individual awards. No, the dream of Kylian Mbappe is to play for club FNS Real Madrid. It's in the original stage, Clementino. Second team nada, they were come up. Ofana akomode man no hey eti no me footballer me free yi samfo aduam na me free that is escape to a me de mirika na be kwa akoje by pede o chance nje so obeja ha akọ on chase abaten onye ready o asem na kwa to the level say he is the face of French football. Paris is the capital of France.
President nkwa kasa
PSG project no why a project Qatar in Europe and across the world no. At the same time, City Paris and you club FNC PSG to compete with other capital towns. And all around London, you can easily talk about Chelsea, the current European champions. Uko Spain, your Real Madrid wo. Madrid is their capital. Ura Italy, what's your Rome? The business city of Italy is Milan. Inter and Milan wo. Uko Germany, Berlin by Munich. They want to use PSG as a football club. See, you use football to compete with these cities when it comes to football. Macron grab them and they Kylian Mbappe here. Or see president to the Chinese season in run away. Adiaba akupe and they bet me a stop Sadiwi. Okay. And Clementino, Sadi and they say the very day Real Madrid be find it difficult to get Kylian Mbappe. That day. On Bayern club FNC PSG Bayern and Zidane as their coach. Because France near could be a siso. No so Beboboa and name. Was me person me yet to say Zidane. He's the greatest footballer in French history, France football history. It is a no to venture. Wait me a Kylian Mbappe not na them. I can't say catchy. I am here. Me am in here. France, me amini. Let me build it what you want to achieve at PSG. No, wait, in the summer, Clementino one transfer. We are seeing any beko. Kylian Mbappe, whether he will stay at PSG and be moved to club FNC Real Madrid.
But that's Jibo, Kovi.
Tino.
Very
sad. I'm very sad.
Chelsea,
yes. Nah, it's quite unfortunate. So Kaya. Saturday, mema yeti the presentation of Chris Bryant, but for Senawa Hasi, or the House of Commons, or Parliament House over there, acquiring all facts with facts and figures, documents at hand. Or person be the kind of person Roman Abramovich, and real presentation and how media ne fan on the global world ne fan no niemu ehye pa eho and na de ni nyina start free the very day Chris Brandt ekwo mo Parliament House ekenkan sa documents ne kire omu nyina say 3 years ago Roman Abramovich ekwo admit say indeed he has paid for political influences and that he is a corrupt figure. He doesn't deserve to own any assets in Britain. He doesn't deserve. So bet me owning any assets, including a 152 million pounds mansion. Says you know the so mansion. A 152 million pounds. And we reference Abramovich what on UK war them. So in a mansion, any Chelsea football club any assets are only
the soil of Britain, no, and also mutimi jini in every some. Why? Because he is so much involved without political influences na ekoso ewo Russia. Now me say born again. Ubetimi amenya except of it kakra bia. You understand baby adeni free ba. Any baby nei abedru. Chris Brandt fast hard document no your presentation e chiro mo me yam sheme. Any.
Hi guys, so while the Tories are attempting to ignore the fact that Russian billionaires have donated to their party and they have been pretending to stand in solidarity with Ukraine, members of the Labour Party are not letting the issue drop. Here is Labour MP Chris Bryant, who has been pretty vocal on many issues that have upset Boris Johnson and the Tories. Here he's asking why Russian billionaire Abramovich hasn't had his assets frozen, even though he's been on the radar for many years.
Chris Brown. Mr. Speaker, can we have a debate on the operation of Tier 1 visas, following on from some of the reports in The Sun and other newspapers today? Because I've got hold of a leaked document from 2019 from the Home Office, which says, in relation to Mr. Abramovich, as part of HMG's Russia strategy aimed at targeting illicit finance and malign activity, Abramovich remains of interest to HMG due to his links to the Russian state and his public association with corrupt activity and practices. An example of this is Abramovich admitting in court proceedings that he paid for political influence. Therefore, HMG is focused on ensuring individuals linked to illicit finance and malign activity are unable to base themselves in the UK and will use the relevant tools at its disposal, including immigration powers, to prevent this. That's nearly 3 years ago, and yet remarkably little has been done in relation. Surely Mr. Abramovich should no longer be able to own a football club in this country. Surely we should be looking at seizing some of his assets, including his £152 million home, and making sure that other people who've had Tier 1 visas like this are not engaged in malign activity in the UK.
Well said, Chris.
Okay.
You know, he's...
Okay, so Tino, that is it. We have watched once again. So this is the Labour Minister, the Labour MP over there. And on my presentation 2019 document ekitomo. Chrese Roman Abramovich na nkasa ne kujina court. And ojitu mu say political influences bebrebe na ekoso no ye wura ha yakoye we ni nyina no me Abramovich ne me yedai. Me ka ho. Mitua. I'm part of people who pay for those influences.
That's why waka no mu twa ho bi.
Say yeah, dear course or court no admit it.
Yeah.
So the very moment you admit, then it becomes a legal document against you. Ne da ho e da so. And it's a share ya at the video na ne da so so also beat me that so no more voice. Video no so okita document be no kan or make a presentation. And from those facts and figures and then or them parliament house and they say ni pass no or ye corrupt figure. And it's our day now, so video ne buy na me monitoring him who say adene a serious one. Now, the mama yes had in ye. Abramovich by Chelsea, 21 trophies. Abramovich era, 21 trophies. Clementino. We are talking about a man and he is probably living because of your toy. He is probably living at a time where you bet me classify Chelsea Football Club as one of the elite clubs in world football. Omo know the level of Barca and Madrid, Liverpool their way. But then it's an elite club today. Why? Because at the football club here elite biano. Chelsea must surpass our feet, you know. Champions League twice. And moment na Chelsea Baba here strong, no. There were moments the big clubs in world football omuchi obiase no. So even last season when Chelsea were winning the Champions League, they needed to beat Real Madrid. Eji Madrid for free was semi-final of the Champions League and Sanwa akwa Champions League. In 2012, omoji Champions League no so mbabi Barcelona free e Camp Nou. No so omo Bayern Munich e Allianz Arena. So the dominant period of Chelsea no omoche Bayern Munich send uniform Madrid away, Barcelona away. All the elite clubs in Chelsea no mu gina to bo omo sha omo. And fine. Send energy kano. In terms of almost structures, they may be able to run the club and compete. But there's one thing they are here. football and ownership or companies and ownership. It's about the passion of the owner. You get it? Passion of Abramovich, you know. You ask yourself, say, any owner that will come in, Obenya sa passion, no? And hey, he's Mr. Resource. Nidino no. Roman Abramovich, your friend Mr. Resource. Only the say the club is built to gain resource. And it is how Frank Lampard. In the history books of Chelsea, they regard him as the best player ever. I was a blue jersey, no Frank Lampard. Yedo Beba as the head coach of Chelsea. Best team in Koya, Mr. Resource Bepamo. Roberto Di Matteo man the Champions League. Ne ya dia Roman Abramovich nepe. After winning the Champions League, ni team in Koye, you be sacked. Your friend Mr. Resource. So irrespective of whatever you do, Jose Mourinho befa Chelsea. Edge Premiership not twice every as a Wenger and Alex Ferguson them. The third, fourth season was it team in Tino or the team for Jose Mourinho them. Jose Mourinho was sacked twice. Unimza. Jose Mourinho was sacked twice. Abramovich team is built on results. The mentality is just like Florentino Perez of Real Madrid. And that is the more reason why Chelsea bedrew that level on bedrew, you know, because he is Mr. Results. The team Chelsea is about results. And then Obia what Chelsea be, you ask yourself, say, if a new owner comes in, Obenya that zeal, Obenya that passion, Obenya that mentality of results mentality, that results oriented Abramovich, Obenya Sadia Nana. In my opinion, this is one president or touching every aspect of the continent. Or call US or Befe Biafri, Asia or Befe Biafri, Africa, Europe, or touching South America. Brought a lot of players together. Eventually, had a huge supporting base from each of the continents. Almost supporting team and friends at Chelsea. And then, Abramovich, anyone else would judge Chelsea their tour. Would judge Chelsea their tour, in my opinion. Ubi Baba. But I strongly doubt. So, Betimenya, a charismatic leader, a passionate leader, a result-oriented leader. It is Roman Abramovich in the big room. Me salute me penas and papa. But I am here because I don't know so more and I say England for na what's much say. And the entire world is against Russia against the entire world. So any Russian owner, especially when that person has admitted in court proceedings, say he has been involved in political influences, criminal acts. There is no way United Kingdom beats me entertaining. So on that score, but the reality is that the kind of figure he is a figure for world football, not only Chelsea as a football club. Let's only hope how Chelsea will be run. I'm quite hopeful, but it's difficult to replace Roman Abramovich. Best salute to the say.
Kofi Ricky, Name Anyokese, na Winshamuna Yaba, a break a cracker no, and I said, don't riba kumpono. Yede bana ya be ye fie nso adwuma na yo de ekoso na yenko ahoma so na ye ne manager for Kofi Koji na amanoa eni nkomo ene anopei ni nyina no ene se ohwe player no a bra kotoko ne hazo folk ekohia ye no na be 10 minutes na boy ye na se ni jenim ena enra nyame ado chena ha wo hwe president cup eba so a listen so ye ni dia from mankofo bebre gidi ye se player no kra no yeso wota corner club na training sam Yemusa manager San Krebu manager, good morning. Hello. Okay. Hello, good morning. Hello. Okay. Yeah, you say you bet me enyana. Hello, good morning. Hello. Okay. Yebenyano nti wo de yenkomra na yenhwe UK Spine Clinic. Aye. Kofi Koji
manager.
Aye. Na amanwa. Ono ne ye manager for Kofi Koji.
Na asama ba on.
Asama ho. So Kofi din squad na omde hia kotokochana no mu. Ena nkofo gidi ye se Kofi Penal Club kone as a Kofi training sam. But yenim se manager no beja atum se no kro mu dia yentwen na yemra UK Spine Clinic ena yede ekohia saade no. Na maka se akwanhia na wanya no eba ne se stroke saso na sciatic pains okon wutwentwa okotodwe afichiri wanya akwanhia na baby afichiri a ni nyina no ekowie wa hojo Semas Hotel 0241 32 52 52 posi na dro obi a wonya bi ntoe bia no wontumrika no peye enko hospital square junction dankers popel wunya bi to a ahoto e na ba fie yare no e ya we ye fani imboost ho nkomo no be ye den yade bia emo e 0246208496 yen who say this time around yen sabeka manager Obapa, good morning.
Good morning.
About na pom to say
na me adom bi aboko won say
radio adom yenso ho ye pa e wo oyrepa so.
No, okay.
Ana pa de fra watia wa Kofi Koji ene has contract on sansam no ete say
Kofi has player still. He has some more years to play with us.
Why manager dey minim nsansam a ekoso abonten no ya wuti bi say Kofi ni training sam mane wata chinchin na club ni nyina ka ho na coach no eta drop no e chena mpo no omo ne kotokono ase one cast squad no nkra be na wom.
Martin Sembry, but then personally no me play on full being chief and you who say yes anything he didn't can't squad no home for President's Cup. Me nya coach and I mean to mean here coach no I drop in the Kofi Sesiano on Yari Shane no but then in the coach own mindset no maybe or reasoning here all money but because it's not me say meeting akaze we share House of Oak standing to say and really bibia ye le media mwasem and know maybe me say no na me feel because maybe we do war nyincha wa drop Kofi for the maybe for the Premier League game and not the President's Cup. In terms of the city, me say work on nice club. In coach na dropping the business and a training on. I can exclusively say, Monday Kofi was at training, Tuesday Kofi was at training, and Wednesday and almost call camp. But the entire one Kobe was that almost dropping list and then he didn't come.
Okay.
And there's no truth in whether Kofi was at camp. There's no truth in it because but it's not true. In America, in conform trust our story and conform believe our story and again the Caribbean. And the coach now has his own best idea in our drop coach as to whether we know nothing about him. Any man say coach and say Bobby into Kofi will fear on also original home hopefully yeah.
Why you walk ready? I mean, say I want to din komo. When coach board in time to say play bo why be na so be better na didi ache coach ni nyina ka ho be. One in time to say.
So far me who say Kofi ni coach what issues be because times I'm a coach training na coach show mo training me only coach no you okay. It's just that maybe one said coach no on the selection for training sometimes into you were first set, you were second set, sometimes not Kofi in Kaho. But regardless of all that, we soon say maybe Kofi in Naham so and now say Bibita. Even though once I get new players, I'm about 10 minutes after game now. Waswan no Waswa attitude be now I don't see that happening even on the pitch. And I'm not sure that there's any issue between Kofi and the coach. Kofi maybe stand several times. I think there's no issue between or any coach. But coach I don't know. So I would be so glad. So Bemaye who said there's an issue so that we can solve it. But from Kofi's side, there's no issue pending.
And based on the okay there na also busa kakra anya bia na unya players in be kra busa mu but player like Kofi Koji say wo hwe omone kotoko Asia na unya be 10 minutes na boy na echna against the same kotoko a unsa ubobi na obi ehu a unsa yes player na ebo no enha no
Kofi no ne han se sia na say opa team omo person mo defend the title and we who say team no enkoye sana we play and the house because the BBC a wo ka ho bi omo win title na Kofi ni habi no wakasa and what matter no obe making sure that he's also part of history so obe defend the title no sir but nyama for years sana there I can say hano but Kofi started free bench What say players you were home now. Them when you say I'm a cano, but when you move 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and me personally, I still say is demeaning because 5 minutes. I mean, well, you're bomb my team, maybe, and to me, shit. So after 5 minutes, you know, who be so was there? You're very head day.
I don't play a bit in the ABBO.
Oh, it's missing. But what was there in some crucial one? We Ghana Premier League. Miss Miaka said the only crucial game in the Premier League is always between Kotoko and High. And if you want to change the game, no, well, I don't feel say 5 minutes is enough. But I'm not saying he is bothered about the 5 minutes. But aside everything, Kofino, the standings of the club, Hano, and coming from bench, he always tries to put in his all. But I stand back on what Tremaine say. Or a striker, that is his strength. But what sometimes you know, we'll play and then we'll pass out again out to pay to the Biasa. And you know, sometimes I mean, who's fans no can yamana, but he's just following instructions of the coach because last time Okache said he was at the wings because we both said. Who striker no you are wasting chance who now you don't say no the instruction are your mom and then I'm able. So I think sometimes too, you know, the issue is also from the technical side, you know. Or not the Monday, the standings is not really good for him, but I really don't know with regards to this particular match. Maybe I not say he's okay because of the coach has a better idea moving forward.
I'm sorry for me can say na amanu manager for Kofi Koji. And I didn't come up. Maybe I striker busa wasam na. I mean, Musa say based on the economy, abamutimu pense ebia da uchi bian kamba terminate contract ana.
Oh, the football there Juma, and Kofi I think has a year and a half with Hearts to go. If after any contract, no, there were clauses and there were conditions as to club.
Good.
And currently speaking, no, that conditions now are shaking in a way. On can't be up to 15 yet because it's too early to say that. Everything goes through, you know, one hustle or the other. And to say, no, his focus is to make sure say. Or best to sign Yamemu because I mean, your name has top scorer, and it's sad that Makatan is the fact that you're top scorer and then why you have more to do.
Okay.
And to know the whole conversation about terminating the contract, maybe there's been no conversation of that or no more per se team no yenyama ye. That clauses me conditions in signing or mundisuna or bonebo.
Okay.
Now being the manager for Kofi Koji, Mejitumi say one key area I will be person as a manager is to project the player. Now, by projecting the player and say playing for a top club like House of Folk, every single game Kofi be no opportunity to play. I can't say they no be home. We are worried as a manager. Say the Odi can answer maybe say a question. Say or no na top scorer for the club this season. In the Ghanaian Premier League. As a manager, you are worried. Say Kofi Koji, a lot of opportunity to start games for House of Folk this season.
Yes, I have it. I have a past things are turning out like this because looking at the caliber of player he is, I'm not expecting him to be out of the squad. Neither am I expecting him to be snapping because I feel that the guy has potential. Osha the stage will cut non yet player phone. But you see sometimes Yama Koye Sana players it's not just about the pitch. Maybe because the player and yet pitch at seven kwa Yama for cancel emotionally a can be. So me who think of to can yama be not ya dinner may hammer because they are not to away hammer but who feel said no I didn't know more can a hano. It's never now wama unnecessary pressure be acting or they say bench right now so they pop on now the next minute not call you mistake. I think with the game against Lagos City, now who said there was a particular chance or said and the whole social media went back and said but with this one also way ball neighbor. Sometimes when you players no shada yen yam do a pitch so who pitch so I'll be who say yam across but maybe I have it and I me hope say or bet get back the form now this starting Premier League even during the half time. Yeah.
Wait, sorry. Being the manager of Kofi Koji, what taking upon yourself to find out from the technical team, being headed by Coach Board, the reason why your player Kofi Koji, I will feel say he deserve a place. Say has a folk new team no more costatia, eso why when your opportunity to speak with technical team members no? Said the Entina Kofi Koji start games.
Me no mostly because managers are not agents. They are same way. Player name is technical members. Me personally, no. Me personally, I me give me push because me the NSM me short player ni but it do me game name performance. They are into no work coach no because there's no coach and so be a manager let me have a now I tell player say you say me say into me be time me person me give me push but and then I think the whole issue started now. So no course on can squad mostly massive but there's a coach in your year. We coach in your year because into my friend coach, into now managers of the team. Into no really they be a tune for say own fear papa no nya but and now issue no start to say a question I'm saying no. Maybe some several times we don't coach to a seminar no see I'm sure too. Then wait the assembly bitter coach no I think you were no can share because Yamata mean here until you catch and say a so called club now then I'm the not to uncle here and I'm sure too and yes it's a fear them pretend me Mr. Coach now. Yes also incorporate the stories look forward there me it's blogs written now the other say Kofi Koji has infuriated his coach by going to a club out here Yare. And Mekaya Kofi Koji Yare Nane Hano. And that was I think a game before the ball your share brains were kept close no. That was the Queen Chelsea's game. It is how much you can now with now follow Nenina ask to Elena or say or still the boy and the coach catch and say no. And now when you Kofi chorus and even that one, even with that sickness, he still wanted to play. And you know, if someone catch him and say Kofi causes or yaring to your bobo now, I'll be very surprised. And the same I feel saying Kofa from who story now because of the whole issue for exclusive. And to me no there after mom na me trying to say me coach Bisan really what is going on. Because many of them, a coach knows what he's doing.
Okay.
You don't need to really you understand? I'm not part of the team.
Okay. Last question. The situation in remaining say till the end of the season. What will be the plans of Kofi Koji, you being the manager of the player?
From the very start of the season, Kofi offers lots of offers from lots of places, good offers outside Ghana, and yesterday he still has contract with Accra Hearts and Wilkins, a month or Mobunadi, and I'm looking forward to sorting issues out with Accra Hearts and Wilkins. Maybe a main when players see club more on a very bad note. I'm planning to make coaches in Qatar. We'll see the best way to go around the issue. Because he has a time to or what time I say or stay or team anymore. But as he is the player, if it's not happy and he still wants to terminate, why not? We will. Because you can't be unhappy in a team and expect to give your best in it. What you are saying,
okay.
So it goes on like that. Me say, I'm not pet now I'll work on it. And so if you say as time goes on, you okay, yeah, we'll terminate it.
Na ebedo ase ebese di nkomo biem
mpachi on the back
na amanua manager for Kofi Koji na Martin Nkano yeba beto aso na nkomo ne ba ko ho na ya chede aka no kakra I care de medru adwoso zongo paroni bam health care ointment ne nsa no aduro no na wodi pira kɔ hɔ na sɛ akra no na no ba nsu esi cerebral palsy a wotumi hwɛ no ma no ho tɔ no Dr. Jeche momfa no sisi a yade ndɛ chronic no wɔbɛhwɛ ama ho tɔ aba ɛyɛ dwoso Zongo Junction 0243 035898 bɔhyɛba deɛ anapa bietum no nkɔfo tɔ nkanea wonyama bebree ɛna baako nkrabata no deɛ ɛbɛn foforɔ ɛyɛ Kissentins dan ne mu ɛno nti bɔmɔden kɔ hɔ na squad ne gu hɔ yɛma obi Jackson wohyia no a wɔhyia dupa malaria duro no ne deɛ no etu aseɛ Jackson Mr. America wɔn asɛm no wonya Jackson ko capsules akoko ne betu aseɛ deɛ fifiri wani ase fifiri wotu a etu aseɛ deɛ ma capsules no deɛ obi anim sɛ bɛma nya bia oni nkogo da ɛwɔ empem Apidank Kolinak Danny Heba 0244 7235541 Aperitivo Bitters anapa yi mempe bi ma wo sɛ ɔyɛ sɔfo woyɛ mesomini ne ne sɛ bolivar no ho ban kidney ɛna afei mogya no etimi efuru akoma no ɛbɔ kama 0547 747338 Dori Fenro no wɔhyia Genkwa sɛba ne sɛ body pains ne waist pains arthritis deɛ a wohia kick up tension no ɛna bɛyi afiri hɔ no mo wɔba wopɛ sɛ ɔma ahemfie otwa yopo bɛma wode kugo no afiri hɔ no mo a wohia Vigo Plus capsules no mu yi so a kabosome mu ani agro mpɛ mu a adwuma ne tumire kan 0244 516192 Yakoba yɛde de aka no yɛbɛnya Roman Father atoa so high sense ɛwɔ ha Natural Victory na yɛde 21st ɛna afei Tafofa etimi aba abeso so ɛwɔ hɔ ɛno nti no yɛmra na yɛmɛyɛ no kakran babo
over interesting times ahead Meti interview na woni Kofi Koji ni managers no and some because the managers are right only no and maybe how many say if she intend talking to the coach dear na ga senka wo twen no ne coach ni kasa wie ansana wa go into the public because in some be ho no wa beka senka no ne coach na kasa some de bianka going to public no ke bia na ka obeyi bi afiwe
because as well kind they say as me bibiansi o na me tie me dey different emu dey na wo kan e fa hin
say me build the back okay. I'll come
by here
you see offer a training players selecting players for matches at the behest of a coach. Coaches go into games with strategies and formation and the approach towards every game biano coaches a device or means some person the approach game no then they pick the necessary materials from the jumano. Sometimes you can get it right, sometimes you can get it wrong, but no because your coach be no more senior players a conduct and I'm responding to the training regime no and or they picking the selection. Your coaches be no more. A player may not even attend training throughout the week, but still because of a certain game plan or person or the approach or the go into a certain game no a bit more picking no a part of the team. And the coaches picks players based upon the way they want to approach games. Of course, senior you may have your favorites. Sometimes you always want them to be part of your team. Normally, no. But say these favorites, they almost respond to coaches, tactics and also instructions every now and then. Coach, the back chance when you be or Bayamano. And as I share Carabao Cup between Liverpool and Burnley, you realize that James Mina was playing. Norwich. You realize that James Mina was playing as a right full back. James Mina, you think as more as a right wing, winger. Man City, I don't think more the contract to say one renewal fee honomo. But Klopp got him to play as a one number left fullback or number right back or the baby because of how the coach relate to the player and as a understanding on in the war. And he coaches in the picky players based upon the way they want to approach you. But having said that, offer when you have a player and whole setup in terms of minutes. Especially at the front line, baby, a player and the baby, shit him now. No, because of team there, goalkeepers, defenders or midfielders, and attackers. At attacking side, all the players now, or more team On when you the least minutes and yet on Asha more goals. Then it calls to question why he cannot be a starter. And I say onya more minutes. Say coach, where I don't need to be obi amako coaching school and I say yansana achirimadu and I say metimi kan wasem that among the front line no ono know what the least minutes yet on Asha more goals di amawo. So we a coach na say player no on my game traveling. Then anybody can question you why that player on your part of your team and I say omobi enti I will not enti na make us say anchor ebia oni coach ni kwa kasa ebia na coach ni be mano some more reasons so that anchor the question of termination and all those things kebia the answers that came no be a bit different from the way I answer them because me for the life of me and I have said it on radio and privately say mintiase why Kofi Koji doesn't play for House of Folk because we a coach not say who a player not say even because we have heard it variously say yes, so a static he doesn't move and all that.
Papa me say ibenya GM
okay Mbacho Mate
kayenko UK na we say ibenya sports director sometime to champion e wa homa ne so e wo ho a na okoye nyina no yenya entene nka mizo dio no belt menka. Hello. Okay, yeah, say yen sabeka Mr. Otu na ye din komo kakra from UK. Enano pay. San say hello. Okay. Yeba ntibafo. Hello Mr. Otu. Okay. Bafo le twaso honti. Yeah, I besaba.
I achimuka tu manafi. Yeah, and he said in America, no, this Kofi Koji thing has to be resolved as soon as practical because now no, at least by the kind of Minya Kofi, no, like I said, the coach before he be close to transfer window, no, was looking for a striker. I say goals share a problem. Our House of Folk and it's obviously clear. Say in terms of goals, numbers not our form, but it is so because. The likes of Fifi Ebani no more and Saboche no more any Saboche Isaac Mensah no more coach ni prefer almost ahead of Kofi Koji no almost some numbers no it's not there, it just not there, it just doesn't measure up to player now Omobi no. Okay,
come right
okay Matty
Zach Tino, you see I've dealt deep into this issue. Now I'm liable to say coach is not playing because of form.
Yeah.
There's nothing
okay.
Being will come about apart from form. The form and no coach will entertain like form now coach the was of recently, you know. He's a target man. He's someone that is more goals. Yes, he's a top scorer with 7 goals. But watching the recent games our boy has a folk now. You know, we are board we entertain, you know.
Player, we are coach and more than from us all dog and one.
No, what's work? Oh, Mati Lukaku. They are two here, you know. The fact that and just say you from he's doing that for you to encourage you to come back stronger. You understand? But coach situation, the problem with coaching is say, oh no, the air no and like no.
Yeah,
the coach na adding form no and no. One, I say as you train ya, we say sprinting ya, we sprinting ya coach in area. Oh yes, training ground. Sprinting ya maybe a coach in area. One, on Tuntumrika is the weight is too much. They think that the boy is not taking care of himself very well. The training name or form. You understand, you know? Say we are training, we are sprinting be out our way, are they? You know, so wrong. And you know, the amount coach, you know, you see, let's put everything aside.
Sprinting no kwana bema ojina park so ye adwuma na went man yan dey say ojina so went me
go to born you go to America. You understand? And unto America, obey na Premier League. You see, onya chance be against Lagos Cities. Diameter of the game. Yes. The game was still 1-0. You scored that goal. Why kill off the game for House of Folk? I know what says our ball. No. Then came the equalizer. So, LT
Zach, Mami Hasenka, this time around, Mania sports director for UK. Good morning, Mr. Ojo.
Yes, good morning, Tino.
Now, Pumbo called here.
Nyamiya don't be fine.
Ghana for Africa. Now, UK to say.
Oh, yeah, be fine to say, yeah. Na say pressure kakra na ya na ewom pressure kakra na ya na ewom but mesma feel bia
okay
I want say once a while I was say the papa be kind was say you see there
yeah sure
and na yes we do my radio ya na ball ye didi actually and for instance about football now baby upgrade your knowledge kakra I think the best place
UK
because everybody is talking about the EPL and the way things are organized and Nigeria the management so this one kakra county and when thing about the bar for some time and for NTN can the radio there oh you absent kakra bia then
waka yes
nah or party say eja Madaro mane opinion adaro mehwana ayana ya ba kusilas
fantastic ana go for kent what can stand na just say da nyame ase na ye hwe efi
baby enyi bi aveni ebe ye transfers is it say transfers na enya na ye
enya bad ye na aka ye de kakra na wo de ye na ye hwe bizotio from Monday, big interview. Now, so we have back last year now. Monday, no so striker, and then Kumase Asante Kotoko see you and then upon Saturday back at us. So, minim, to me a monitor be there at 20 pano, a quania or person of us so in your stadium, Makotoko. Minim, what do you want?
Me monitor interview Nina from start to end. My programming just a beer me workshop beer na say Zoom meeting be and I say my call Brunel campus and yes I attend beer and I make sure say me follow. First of all, me say me make a point be about Abramovich before I move to
good.
And the decision. Adeba kwa men who Chrome Hane say omumra ye adwuma pa enemra no say ediwa forget who you are. It could be president from prime minister to the last person. Now Abramovich yes smart and yes I said na Ricky Kano and Jakraka or best start any problem. So he wants to make things quick. They said beya obe move to UAE where and saying that is Dubai ne Qatar area or no and Otepa and Abramovich 1.5 million now all can a car a bosia or the board Chelsea now Mbesa Zakito Tias a football club be anywhere on Nika football business be oh yeah you go for business you go for loans now no 2020-2021 Nick team Manchester United kind of financial reports now I'm drop with 70 million unexpected your friend is saying revenue and only Dima 18.8% drop in revenue. Now apart from that as at that time 474 million and minimum net it could be more or less where last and now COVID no everyone now has now pursue a loss of 103 million and say obi de car now obi akobo bosi the year juma de Zakito. I don't think that is a problem. It's with every club. Chelsea is what's said and as one of the most successful football club in recent time. Don't appreciate him more. Omo debiano, omo kosubaye kadada. We are juma or the team. Back to and I am Ponsadiano. Tino, I think the best piece of information and our news any Kotoko supporter act here is decision to build a stadium.
Okay.
Luckily, me buy me did football na chikakra, me nya branch bia or the menena mupa.
That no so kwhwe Wolves game no.
I'm real West Ham even on I think last week or baby and along the week. Actually another game that was between Port Vale and Stevenage as a day and also fourth division.
Okay.
You know, fourth division.
Okay.
Now Port Vale they have a stadium at 20,000. A stadium with a capacity of 20,000. And you just imagine now a fourth division team. Now the entire almost stadium is a stadium that gives them money. So over any football match ever England on the day, and now my suggestion be say if it's possible for us and to talk to National Sports Authority, said that could generate on a match day, no, and no crowds to change. I'm not talking about people coming to the stadium. Make activity near my tongue. They sell beer, they sell a lot of things on stadium. I don't even know. Olympic Stadium at West Ham, boy. I know it was a stadium that was built for the Olympics, I think 2012. And I'm take you over just like Otokosuba Bowo, Baba Yarano. And you know, and Yama Obenya Wo stadium, no. And you need the Obenya baby. So if you have your own stadium, and not a bit more ton, for instance, season tickets. Tino, would you imagine, say, West Ham, a team Ketwa Orlando, almost 60,000 capacity. That day the stadium was full against Wolves.
60,000
against Manchester United, and I say Arsenal, and I say Mpobia, Chelsea, and City. It was against Wolves. The stadium was full. Now I kept asking Ghana, I'm saying, then many people 60,000. Now into charge the least at the stadium was £60. Although Papa times 9, how much they are paying for a game. 60 pounds, some pay as high as £120. When yet Manchester versus West Ham. But the stadium was still full. So the question we all need to ask ourselves is then many people stadium or West Ham new Wolves. My fan say at the beer Bricum Chelsea and beer Dreams. Now stadium na how does that happen? Every stadium is full here. Every game on Bebobia Park in Yema. And it doesn't come by chance. There is a reason why the stadium is full. It's not about Obi Elsa Nana Koboderu and I was say Obi Kokatri Obi Stormra. And the zeal and the desire with which Omoko Stadium. No, so I asked Obi say, why are you here? Wolves, just Kumasi and Ankabo, win a ball, or say West Ham is my team and I need to support them. If I don't do that, nobody does it. And you're not going to say the team need one on one Kotanechi, Ubi and Tanechi. And you are fine and said you're quite sorry. No, just a question that be another baby whom I need to go there. And the need to build a stadium should be a priority on the agenda of any football club. They have fourth division, League 2. They have a stadium of 20,000. Every football club, whether League 2, 3, every on the stadium. And people go there and support them, and at the end of the day, control the stadium and get their money. And I know the answer is Papa Tino.
Okay.
I was say, you're funny serious.
Now, who you can honor, then no more Kai, but no person will contribute to Anna.
You see, I did back on who about so say Ghanaian sir or more one time I realized and said to say a bus here you can't know your program not foreign news not you know I know both because was an American attended in my hurry now cast and idea I think they love their Kotoko, they love their local teams and to say sourcing go from for £100 and Manako to go in stadium near Trinity break being one. I think that they will get on him say the number of, even at the Brunel campus where I'm schooling, there are over one campus, there are over 200 Ghanaians. Over 200 school back home.
I see.
So just imagine, I go to a lot of places, North London, East London, Ghana for promo kotoko. Some like their hearts of oak, and they are ready. Say $100 near then they will do njaya. At somehow Ed and I are in Crawford and say they should take it serious because people will help them. If Kotoko should get their stadium or any club in Ghana or clubs in Ghana decide to build their own stadium, me feel say they will be fine. They will be fine. They will be fine.
Okay. So do you mean say who work a to answer yenu baby from UK?
Oh, Kakani Nana say we are still learning and Jakraba, you know. And Chakra, say I did be crying across from and running knee. Kenya Saka and Chakra very, very soon. Kamubun say, but I have some no dosun. Me person Alicia Ba first time war, and you might make clear all the documentations and maybe also say, I know about what delay a Kakra, but very soon will come. You need baby. Okay, now you are so you man. The entire my people home man, the AOI and no one am way. Did you know what I said? The Moyening, Sani or where and a man of a relaxed a pressure being him. But so now has a bois. Said the Musi Yano. Sani or why, but none of no opinion, Cassette. Babat, so Massa, and the one with the yes, and I'm so. Omo yen company, Namia, the Babanias, you have the support, and Mama, if she's some not dorsum. I'm for you. Oba, Sade, and oh, some of my producers, head of stores, Bema Quine, dear. The visitor will say more of because they want to hear more about. If you some, I'm going to talk on house. Yes. Okay. You know, in Jakarta, yeah, Baba, I told you, my so yeah. Yamenka, I got you heavy who yeah. Catcher, go to Abaza, meaning in commodity. About that, meaning in commodity, money Musam question. On the question and go. Oh, be a Michel. You, Omina Joseph, above from Akusha. You, that's it. Mr. Otio, I say, sometime or to a champion, general manager, and no pay Martin and Car, Ewa, Ahomanosono, auntie, Mua Moseo, Koyase, or Cobas, or Mahamano, and Wakachamono. Zagan, no, it's nice, nice. As always, so to it is mischief, is added here. So, on the Arsenal, so I call London Stadium. I call and Pacific Muda, so okay. Marcoshan Arsenal. Now, here's a with me. I won't but it's good. It's a Yatin and all the way from Yachan Elho. But you know, can't get to see more production team now. Was a Mukopium or a Mensia and Ra. I listened to the Access Bank Penina Odin Common and all confirm say Bass na Kotoko new Bass no and your loan. Tauti. I say your loan and your loan. Okay. But a sponsorship. Tauti ni Metiopa and see. Let's put on record. Penyon on an ekasa we never be or say the bus and your loan. Say Mabok Busiana there be your loan. A sponsorship for Kotoko. So a idea, yes, I feel Kotoko a sponsorship and Access Bank at their top bus at their Makotoko. But also then many in returns. In returns and when I ask them and say they need a Kotoko numbers because bank no. The Omanya say, and the what about the Biano about who you with Access Bank. The more you are dealing with them financially, careful no scare way. I'm betting just based on the numbers that Yatiti Sekotoko, or Kroma say no. If Omanya move even 10%, so we never with Access Banker, the actually say Tino, Saska Omakotokono, as I editor Bas Amakotokono. Within 1 year, they will only risk and simple cry. It's you know. My am say me project be. If next week Monday, me Access Bank
branches machine nipa do a asala honom no nti because machine woni obi so we team man so ma take it up
one be now boys on the ground
so ma boys no wa ko because you see all they want is that now the first thing aye and they say they will transfer all their salaries, both players, management and technical team to Access Bank. Second thing is that now Kotoko accounts receiving money from
the Kanipa Bears and young fan be 60 and we do playing body no cry saying
bro. Now again Kotoko Sika from GFA, the international transaction Access Bank. So until on the first phase of getting Access Bank also many of us work carry through. Now Kasena supporters no. Okay. It's we are encouraging them say enya no and enye kasa. Bas now we on pictures. Edi on dey okroma say no. Access Bank must benefit. And the only time they will benefit and they say majority of the supporters will go and do business with Access Bank. If you go supporter now we bank bia to show that love. Any general when you with this bus no say I was so no adwuma then directly or indirectly they will benefit and Kotoko benefit. Okay. So I was happy. Who said there was say a loan. No, say but but it's good that
na say enyo mo mabe Kotoko a omodo musika to bus ma Kotoko ba omodo musika ba.
Oh yeah,
Davis loan and also a form of loan. No, so I don't know my name problem say me bobra. Maybe at a certain point be been able cushion me true loan and a be raise it to a different level. What is wrong with it?
Zach any problem but
you want some na make why you now raising a make say it hey Zakito. Ebia me here paper we. The cost of this paper ebia 10,000 Ghana cedis. By currently ebi am smisi kam we nyina 10,000 Ghana cedis. So tell me chance. Me dey got paper we I just say me twen my paper we so bam faso. Ansa na me 10,000 Ghana cedis me saka. Ba say bi am collateral bi. Na metimi dey akwa got paper we enya abotre the paper na ya adwuma. E dey atua me bosen a. Eventually ma save dey na ka ese me dey kwehye mu no. Ena me dey ma je paper we dey ya adwuma. E dey emfaso na e ba so na bi dey atwa loan. Enti no, since when a top businessmen all over the world,
but I remember say accuracy is very important. Everything
fantastic.
So I was happy. At least the man himself in that interview,
kind of clear
say, and not even loan. As people were even saying, which and loan by any bad, by any loan by a sponsorship. Okay, you understand? Now a sponsorship, it means after no eso Kotoko supporters no emma as nani outside it here they are the collaterals okwa suspenders be no okomo with Kotoko supporters in mind so they will go and do business with the bank.
Access Bank ni Kotoko be kan bo my Fabu census payment of Fabu census ebe pass through Access Bank. The moment I do sika be fa bank no there are interest on it our bank is so benefiting. Tino se me tie me kweske banks so ye investment wo areas bebiro am dey sika ko ye investment to get profit so what dem chana say bia am fan say nei me bank e bosomtwu bank na GT bank to dem am fa bosomtwe Mr. Oku say me sika da hwa bank ni so be investment say dey be am benya profit on the money Mr. Bekwen na ya Oku na edi na menchi asofo so what I mention say it is sometimes a problem here how we educate people to understand certain issues and then say Kotoko supporters register into the Fabu census every single thing what Fabu census no yes can passes through Access Bank now just imagine says Akito someone for register no more enter into the Fabu census at the same time there are Kotoko supporters because Access Bank do mo abebo Kotoko ne no omo be move from their banks open accounts at Access Bank madam for bako Calibos or one kind say was it Monday or something na ya interview no koso say interview no koso no dimirika no kwa Access Bank odu ho no twa form ne forms no forms no de ba register mo bi accounts am no twa no picture de kire me so we do access bank or could be accounts. It will just imagine say we do okwa no than what this will be because of Kotoko. The brand is huge. So what the mention say the brand is huge. It's the access bank then who bought Kotoko because Kotoko what numbers no. There are a lot of Kotoko supporters are. They will move from saving at Amobank and no more to access bank because access bank then who have Kotoko. So what the mention say. And the best news to happen to Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Clementino. Recent years, Ebini Basia and once my yekin. CEO Ba Hadano, Nane Ambasaban, he confirmed, said they are paying 80% of it. Okanwa. And say baby 90 Access Bank are paying 80% of the bus cost. The 20-year Kotoko car. It is Senka Kotoko Sika. Now matam. Sika be 2 million Ghana cedis. Normally a koto ewa abro betimi do no ho akobo bia nipa no will pay 80% of it. So what the mention say me there be am kan Zach. Nipa you make mistakes. But enyoma e koso wokotoko the last 2 years no. Something Clementino unya paper ne pena. Chuobi na fatuo. History. Style bia nu ayem fan ran e kotoko. Ba na ka style ba ko pe e be save kotoko.
Okay.
Sa style na ebe save kotoko ne say. Me strike am wo misika ni afreme baba ye kotoko fa sika koye. Eduru stage bia misika mi ya. Mebre mekasa afide mi nyibiem. Ti me nsa begene. And they stay there kotoko ne say. Kotoko no one supporters are. They can contribute into the club at the same time. Ubeti you see the supporters numbers to convince companies some may investment na some form home Kotoko. Na say we Kotoko supporter na what wo. Ne Clementino all contribute to the club. Ade no pe. Football so your passion. Ade bi e da wakoma so bia no Clementino aya wo tia eden. Etini club will never move from individuals financing the club to club now running itself, and majority of them are the contribution of supporters.
Okay.
What if I say we are supporter? Na stadium here, 20,000 capacity stadium here. Uti $100 nibi. Na Clementino ube wura Kotoko stadium. Na wo no be so udin bo ho. Ya tru udin. Ebi a Clemento usu na ebo ho. How will you feel?
Great. About make a crab there beto. Kofi, over to be ananka my yeah, I'm cast wakoda crowd.
I wanted to listen.
Legend. Legend. Okay, to continue to no.
Dana meneno a lot of discourse bia.
Razak send him message.
I go Razak.
Golden boy.
Aye.
Onso no so ye Kotoko nipa. Razak sisi e kura ye kase okwa access bank. Okwa access bank sisi na okwa kubia account. Enti ozai.
Nyawo no.
Ozai.
Yeah, colleague.
No, Razak.
No, Zuria.
Okay, so
okay.
Legend and I'm person me tiene kakra because he's not been here for a while. Now be here saying you know better about senior T or no senior opinion on various topics discussing or how. No, because I'm in a lot of discourse. Be I mean academic this I am the power make you be children no if you were at base before so obekono enough but I believe say he would definitely say true. See, in the first place, House of Folk they have a game tomorrow against Kumasi Asante Kotoko Presidential Cup. Omo manage Kofi yini omo focus now omo form adwen Kofi ne so at the appropriate time I will discuss it. But now the club has to prepare adequately for Nyamia Aduma Wachina against Kumasi Asante Kotoko. So the club no focus on concentration should be Nyambo Wachina game no bebono. How bet me their revival a ceremonial game they can say and shada ye body another certain president. It's a ceremonial game. But so much mean a good performance against Kumasi Asante Kotoko. They can use that game to revive themselves and see focus on that na level Kofi behind them for now. We've done a lot of discussions on Nane and Ponsa interview. No some catch us said a bit key stages we say normal topics no raise and a draw so. Tell say one after the other kakra kasa. We say business minyan touch on the stadium yina kasa. Things at the time no shada permit here. Timeto me boss na me discuss how I see the stadium project you know. But in all I think say it's a good idea, you get it, especially adia supporters no epe and a bit me ama club on some facelift in terms of revenue generation BBR if only they can do it. Okay, so we will take time and discuss it. You know, that's why I'm here only because of time.
I'm out for sending message say almost say Nakotoko here stadium.
Nakotoko here stadium.
At this stage, Sekotoko
Nakotoko here.
Omu here na.
I'll be busa.
At this stage, Sekotoko skada wa. The first thing is Omunya stadium.
Okay.
And say na me deductions no. Na me calculate deductions no. Na me calculate. Na me say hey, it is ka we nyina ko free. Sa deductions ni kwan alone, Clementino. So they Kotoko yidi Omunya no kura film if they have their own stadium. No so be say deduction na. The deductions never had their mass and Kotoko. You have no idea. Okay. Sa stadium project ni there, Clementino. If you have the fans, me kanoma sa akabiem. Kotoko ne has 2 teams are. Say offer the right people to run the club. And your teams is all run a boka.
And Jennifer birthday.
Okay. Auntie, young Sebastian for course, maybe I used to go out now. Bamenko na pay happy birthday and confirm prophetess Faustina Apia. Prophetess Faustina Apia Okon Kaya Kwabenya Brikusu Road no ho and prophetess Faustina Apia we know a Grace Ferry from Adenta no CM Emano 0322-494-401-494-771 Roman for the Nedro Kopebito Ahwaden Baba Nanyama Kuye Ediamount Hansans dear Otona dia unto Sikanwe a better 5 years warranty at the hot Eddie Air Town. Good morning. Mia Yo Govi
first college, you were here about moving the Pramazua. Never the weekend, you may use. Now, sports college, boy, your account, you could have Mazua.
Okay.
It has to. And I be supposed to be your project, that stadium. Now, I idea, I'm a bonus, and I'm Papa, I never. Now, the Papa, I'm a chef. It's so different. Was that time now ever be on a sponsor? Over corner board taking them. I will be a man when I'm half. Or buy in the name of Cotokomata ever ball.
And Matikofi. Hello, good morning. Hello. Okay, yes, I'm a man. Castle any mentida. Minyana, Bacono, and Fanya Dumasa. Not challenge, Company Limited, True Man Capsules. Me Pacho, Ghana, Nano, Memon Fire, Mukwanimu Yepa, 0204616161. Hello, good morning. Ebajo, Ebrosai. Yo.
Continue to get the Anaya Cobo Park Division as a movie.
That's Paminia. Victory, dear, Munina Munumbio, Unumwa, a 2 year dear fruit, so chronic no, this is no, be a for nothing. What about you say your baboons, sir? Yama Akuye Ediamount. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, boss.
Minia Frosay. Tuga and Quay. Okay.
Wow, let's make a sorry. It's your father, you will be asking me. Boss, you make an effect. What happened to Cotoco? Nana, I have contract. Boss, 7 minutes to me, I commit Mamma up my lifetime contract. You are here, Juma. Three more grand, and I'm on other one in my power. That you might be saying, I can't check. Look up your brother, for person to the bar. And more than that for some number.
And no, but I say 21st clinic, Ghana for you know to America. Young Koya overseas about diabetes, hypertension, ulcer, typhoid, Ninamono, and was specializing on sciatica, where expert our home. Dear overseas alpha ready white typhoid for no, a chanka no eboa, Emma system no yakama, typhoid for 202, Jabaton 202, Ninano, Utumni Katobia, not just a war tongue qua Eddie Amount who are better be now what my journal also at 0243510656. Hello, last caller. Yeah, Kojo Young Koy. But I say, Pa, Minia, Yame, and you can say, we'll call C school, born again. Until the attendant say, Uram, Ewo, C school. Gonna say, headmaster, Wohono, a year, Owusu every year, Bernard, Owusu every year, Bernard, Mimenda, ye, caught never he, na, nema, me, Susana, Konadu, na, ye no, yet to me, I and to no, a year, Mr. Owusu every year, Bernard, o ma me, Susana, Konadu, ye, caught never he, na, fe, ye, na, C school for Nako Janti, Door Sky. Wase ma yakɔ sonko kwa nti ya de besi messages no dodo na ba ye na bi birthday mo mfa nkyɛn ne nyina no ye nim sɛ kabrepam ye behwɛ na ya kan nyina e de amamo sabe de ye de mo ehye news team no ensa na ɔmo aba abetoa so e de amamo Gideon ye boa Michael Ajimendua mo nyina de ba Rocky Bawua ya me enya mo kɛse na nabonsu Michael Perez binom ya sɛ ɔmo didi atemu a wo interview wi a na ya no na yoma no fia tete ho kasa obed nimwa na umdaso ntino yedni nyina besi na yakɔ Larry Mosi yakɔ na yedni nyina no edia benchino ye mamo good afternoon. Oile pa FM